right, Bob and I are back with episode 2 of the Modern Handgunners.
I'm Bob Main.
And I'm Ben Branham. We're here to talk about, today, we're going to talk all about triggers. Different types of triggers, what they feel like, what they look like, how they work, and we're going to get into the weeds about triggers.
Okay,
so
let's
this
do
first
that.
section, we're just going to talk about different kinds of triggers. So I know this is probably a review for a lot of you. It's a review for me and Bob too, but there's a bunch of different style triggers on handguns out there. And we'll start with the classic double action only trigger, something that would be in a revolver. And this one's a double single action revolver technically. And the double action means that when I pull the trigger, the hammer comes back and it goes forward and it fires the gun. So it does 2 actions. This is a double action trigger. Look at that. And this one is a Smith & Wesson, you know, the new Combat Magnum. I like it. It's my fun gun.
What is that, a 686?
No, it's a Model 67, their new Combat Magnum. Anyways, this one will fire single action 2, which means I could pull back the hammer and it'll stay back. And you see the hammer moves forward a little bit and then I'll have a little bit of trigger pull. But most of these are double action revolvers, double action only handguns. They're designed to be fired and just keep going. It's a different trigger pull, and we're going to talk about that stuff too. On the opposite spectrum, you have an old 1911. It's a single action only. The hammer has to be back for the gun to fire. Well, so when you see it, if I put it, the gun fires, and now it doesn't do anything until you cock that hammer again. And with an auto loader, the slide cycles, it cocks the hammer for you, and then you can fire the next round, and it would do that until the gun's empty. So that's a single action trigger. Then we have a traditional single double action trigger, and I have my old Ruger. This is my first handgun I ever bought. My dad actually bought it for me because I was too young to buy a gun, and so he bought it. I wasn't 21 yet.
Is that a gun or an anchor?
Both. It would work as a boat anchor. These things are old and heavy. They look like a brick. They feel like a brick. The trigger's like 2 bricks being rubbed together, but it's the it's the one I just kept over the years.
It's indestructible though, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's broken inside, but it still works. I should send it back to Ruger, but I'm afraid that they don't make them anymore, so they won't send it back. But it still works. Still fires fine. So, anyways, this one has a manual safety on it, kind of like a Beretta. Down is safe, up is fire. But you see the hammer goes down on it. That first round is designed to be double action, where the hammer comes back and then goes forward, fires the gun. Every time the gun cycles, the hammer will stay back for you. And then now I have a single action hammer, and you can see the hammer comes back, the trigger comes back a little bit farther. You get a lighter pull and a faster pull. So Bob hates them. Say Bob's a hater, because when he fires the gun, he has to learn 2 different trigger pulls. So I got this first long, heavy trigger pull that goes all the way through. When the gun cycles, you see that this hammer's a little bit shorter, and now I got a lot of slop in there. It's really, really easy, and then it hits the wall and goes off really fast.
And I'm slow. I can't learn 2 things at the same time.
So you have 2 different trigger pulls to learn. And then we come into the new whiz-bang striker fired guns. This is Bob's, and we did last episode on it.
Yeah.
Through the magic of the interwebs, it was 10 minutes ago for us. It's 2 weeks ago for you. Striker fired guns, everything's inside. It's in there. You pull the trigger, it goes bang. Every single time you pull the trigger, no matter what, it's the same. Whether you fire it from here or you let it go and you fire that first round, it's all the same, it's all the same, it's all the same. So striker fire guns have gotten really popular because they're actually easier to train people on.
Yes.
Because you only have to learn 1 trigger. And it's almost a single action trigger with enough weight in there to make it safer. I hate to say that, but safer it is, because when you have this 1911's trigger, you have no slop in the trigger at all. And I'm looking at a 3.5 to 4.5 pound trigger. Colt used to set these at 4.5 pounds. Glock says that their trigger should be set at 5.5 to 7.5 pounds.
It's really about 6.
And most, actually, when I worked at a gun shop and I went around and I grabbed a bunch of the striker fired guns, put them on the scale, they were all at 7 pounds.
7 pounds, okay, all right.
Right at 7 to 7.2, and that was all the striker fired guns. All the different kinds of Glocks, I put 5 or 6 of them on there, the M&Ps, everything. The only thing that was lighter towards 6 was actually the Walther PPQs.
Well, I was going to say probably Walther PPQ.
Walther PPQs were right at 6, but their spec out of the box is 5.5 to 7.5 too. So you're looking at a couple extra pounds of trigger, and you're looking at, you know, a couple 1/16 of an inch of more travel, so it gives you more time to go, oh, I didn't really want to fire the gun. I didn't mean to. That's a training issue, but it is a real thing. It does happen.
Yes.
So anyways, our first section here, you got anything to add about basic triggers and the different types?
Yeah, trigger is everything. I really believe that when it comes to being able to shoot accurate, trigger is everything. And mainly I mean trigger control. And I think that you should pick a gun that is going to allow you to have the best trigger control. Okay, if you have let me borrow the revolver. If you have not trained, and again, a lot of people, here's a big mistake a lot of gun instructors and sales people make. They give a beginner a revolver with a pretty tough double action trigger pull. I could never understand that because they take more practice and they're more difficult to shoot. This one happens to have a real nice trigger. But if you buy out of the box a little snubby revolver, that thing, Ben, when you did your trigger tests, what do the snubby revolvers have?
Heavy.
Like,
They're all
like what?
13, 14 pounds.
13 or 14 pounds.
15 pounds
on a gun that weighs what? A 1 pound, 3 ounces? So think about that. You know, it's 13 pounds of pressure on a gun that weighs a little over a pound. Or some of those snubby revolvers are like 12 ounces.
Yeah, mine's 14.
Yeah. So
it's a pound with ammo in it.
They're much more they're much more difficult for somebody to learn how to shoot. They're really more of an expert's gun, the snubby revolvers. The larger revolvers, I just think personally they're going to take you longer. You know, I'll give that back to you. They're going to take you longer than a nice striker fired gun. But I'm biased, and I'll admit I'm biased. So
personal opinion.
Bias is personal opinion. Yes.
You get what you paid for. If you want your money back, self-addressed
stamped envelope. We will send it to you.
We'll refund you your money.
And we'll self-addressed.
Yeah, self-addressed stamped envelope. You know, they used to do that back in the 80s.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The viewers have to send us the envelope.
Right.
Okay. I'm slow, Ben. I'm sorry. You know,
it's because he's getting old. He forgot. You know, in the 80s, you'd send to get information. You'd send a self-addressed stamp envelope to, P.O. Box, whatever, Boulder, Colorado, and they would send you a pamphlet. Now we double click on the internet.
Our address is, you have to send a self-addressed stamped envelope to, we really don't care at modernhandgunners.com. No, I'm just kidding.
Send us an email.
Yeah. Send us an email. By the way, modernhandgunners@gmail.com. We forgot to talk about that. I want to say, if you like what we do with Modern Handgunners in this, Ben and I together have a video series called the Shooters Club, and it's a paid membership, but we've got videos that are taken live in training classes where we're both teaching students how to shoot better. So it's the next best thing to being at a training class. If all you can do is watch some videos, you might as well watch some classes being taught so that
there's a lot of advanced techniques there. We're going to talk about triggers and how to use them and some of that stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that goes in there for fighting. We've done advanced stuff. We did team tactics for a little while.
Tactics. We have almost 80 videos. Almost 80.
All sorts of stuff.
You can go to shootersclubmembers.com. There'll be a link below this video posting. shootersclubmembers.com. It's only $75 a year or $8 a month, whichever one that you want to take advantage of. Hi folks, Modern Handgunners here. I'm Bob Main.
And I'm Ben Brenham.
And we are the Modern Handgunners. Make sure to check out our website, modernhandgunners.com. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, please. And make sure you check out to all the links that we have below this video posting. In this episode, I want to start off by talking about horizontal magazine carry. Ben, you like to have vertical magazine carry, right?
I do vertical.
And I like to carry horizontal magazine carry. And I switched to this about 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm going to talk about carrying magazines this way, then Ben will talk about vertical. As we mentioned in some of the other episodes, we don't always agree, which is a good thing, so you get both sides. So let's talk about carrying magazines like this, horizontal, okay? First of all, let me give you the why. I like to talk about the why.
Cool.
For me, it conceals better. Concealment's everything, right, Ben?
No, but it is something.
Oh, okay.
It is something. It's not everything.
Yeah, it's not everything. Good job. Good point. For me, it conceals better. That's important to me. The other thing is I get to move the magazine up here closer to the front of my body where for me it's easier to grab. Okay? I believe that I cover less real estate when I go for a reload. For example, I'm reaching right here. I pull it out, insert it into the pistol, and shoot. Now, what that means is, for me, it's a little bit faster. But here's even the most important factor in that. I know, actually, I wanted to keep it loaded, but that's okay.
We always help each other with safety stuff, and we make sure we don't.
Ben likes to challenge me. That's okay.
Then, yeah, I was wondering if he blew it or not. And
no, I did not.
You know, the problem was we didn't go over this bit before, that he was going to leave a loaded gun on the table.
It's okay.
Sorry, bye.
But there's nobody downrange. So anyway, except for targets. So it's less real estate to cover. Okay, in other words, it's less arm movement. But here's an important thing. Back in 2007, I had rotator cuff surgery on my left shoulder. If any of you have ever had surgery like that, the recovery sucks bad. And so watch my shoulder movement. If I have to go back here like this, I'm tweaking my shoulder a lot more. If you have bad arthritis, if you've had surgery, this is not going to work. This was easy. I just pull up my shirt and there it is. I'm not moving my shoulder much. I'm not moving my arms. So that was really important for me when I had that. All I had to do was reach here, reload, and shoot. So, yes, Ben, there's one in the chamber.
Okay.
I know that. So it was, from a articulation standpoint, a mechanical standpoint, it's easier for me, and it's easier for me to do it with my body. The other thing I want to mention about horizontal mag carry, some people, and there's a big controversy, that's a loaded gun. There's a big controversy. Some people carry bullets down, some carry bullets up. It's really personal preference. I'm a fan of bullets down. Why? Like this. When I grab the magazine and I take it out of the mag carrier, you see how it's indexed? I got my finger here on the tip of the bullet. Okay, if I was carrying bullets up, where's my finger? It's right here. I don't like that. I like to be able to feel where that is, because if I'm doing this without looking, I want to be able to feel that. So I carry bullets facing down, forward of my hip, just like that. Much easier for me, and it's something that I'm a big advocate of. I'm going to give a slight free plug. Mag Holder is the manufacturer of these horizontal mag carriers that I really like. I do have some made by Dale Fricke as well for some of my smaller guns, and those are real good. But I'm a big believer in these, especially for if you're carrying a long magazine too. Like if you have a pistol that's like an 18-round mag, it keeps it, in my opinion, concealed better in the horizontal position. Ben?
So I'm still old school. I carry up and down, and I like the clip mag point, because the ones with the belt loops on them, I got to undo my belt and go all the way around and back. These, I put my pants on in the morning, and I just clip it straight to my belt.
I like the clips also.
Same thing with his.
Clips. Yeah.
So it took forever, and so I will concede points to you. It is actually harder for me to hide my extra magazines than it is to hide my full-size gun when I carry. This sticks out more than anything else. My wife is always my check. She'll be like, hey, I can see your gun on your left side. Well, I don't carry a gun on my left side. What are you looking at? And she'll walk over and grab my magazine. Yes, that was a double entendre. No, she grabs my magazine. But
this is a clean video, though.
Sure. She'll walk over and grab my magazine and go, oh, well, what's this? And I'm like, oh, that's my mag. And when I bend over, when I move, my magazine gets caught more than anything else. So the actual horizontal, hey, that's cool. If you notice, me and Bob are built a little differently. For this gut and across the shoulders.
We both have tactical shelves.
Mine's bigger than his, and I'm a lot bigger across the shoulders.
Wait, this is a clean video.
I'm a lot bigger across the shoulders. So when I was younger and more fit through the police academy, I actually used to carry 2 double mags right here on this side of my belt loop, pointing that way, and that was me doing reloads like that. Well, I quit doing that for law enforcement outside the belt because it was really hard to get to, you know, left-handed. So I started carrying them up and down like you see most law enforcement does. And so I've gotten so used to the up and down and everything, and no matter how many mags I carry, if I'm shooting, I go to my mag pouch, all I have to do is slide my hand around until I put a hand on a mag. My hand goes around my belt, oh, there's a mag, and the first one comes out. So I can put 15 mags across my belt if I wanted to, and it's always going to be the same thing. Oh, there's my mag and I got it. If I put them horizontal across, now it's like, oh,
yeah,
not that one, not that one, okay, that one.
Yeah.
It gets longer and longer. And Bob, I know you do this when we go to classes and stuff. His first primary reload is that horizontal, and then he'll put a double mag pouch back here that's vertical.
I do that.
So that he can grab it just like I do.
I do that.
So there's a lot of disadvantage and advantage to that. The other thing I can't, this is old dog, new tricks. It's funny because he's actually older than me, and I'm the one that's the old dog, and you can't teach new tricks to. I'm gonna borrow your Glock one right here because that's what you got sitting right here. So for 25 years now, when I grab a magazine, no matter what, I index it just like that. Fingers on the bullets. Just like that. Finger on the front of the bullet.
Yeah, like I was doing earlier.
And right here. So anytime it's down, it doesn't matter if it's here or behind my back, when I pull it out of the mag pouch, it goes like that. You can see when it comes up. And I actually like it because if I take my hands and I put them down in my waistband, my palms are towards me, right? If I just bring my hands up to my face,
yeah.
What's the normal thing is to actually rotate your hands.
Yeah.
So this is how your body is built. So when I grab the mag and I bring it up, oh look, it points it the right way for me. Your horizontal mags are upside down and backwards to me.
Yeah.
So they sit on the belt with the bullets facing down, and this is how 99% of them are made. And this one, you got your, who is this? Mag holder. Great guy that makes these, by the way. Super ingenious design. It's just upside down to me.
Nah.
So when you grab it, you can see it only goes in one way because it's got a little detent for where the magazine sticks in there. So it only goes down, and that's all there is to it. So when I grab that mag, if this was on my belt and I went to grab it, I would grab it like this. And now if you look real close, it's freaking backwards.
No, it's not.
If I had my Glock...
That's because you grabbed it wrong. That's
so,
why.
Old dog, new tricks.
Yeah. You gotta
have to
turn
grab
your
it,
hand when you...
But then, even if I grab it sideways, like Bob did, so now my finger is on the side of the bullet instead of the front of the bullet where I normally have it. So when I pull it sideways out of the mag pouch, it's actually like this in my finger, and the mag should be like this. So it's a little different for me, and so I have to retrain myself, and a lot of guys have done it. So when you load the pistol, I have to be able to load my gun like this with the finger to the side and mag in. I have done it so many years with the finger on the front that if I grab that mag and try to do it, it's always going to go like that. So if I hold the mag wrong, like it came out of that holder for me, and I try to look at the gun and point it in, I would do that 5 out of 6 times, 9 out of 10 times. I would try to put the mag in the gun freaking sideways, like this is the biggest moron move you could. This is worse than this, right? At least you could see how somebody tried to do it backwards like this. Me, I'm trying to stick it in like that. So it'd have to go in. I would screw that up so many times. It would take me so much time to train myself differently that I'm just not going to do it.
Okay.
So I just carry the horizontal mag pouch, whether, and this is, I don't do it anymore, but whether I'm wearing tactical gear or concealed carry gear, it's always the same movement.
You mean the vertical mag pouch?
And when I carry, yeah, the vertical, sorry. Always the same. So if I was wearing tactical gear, my mag pouches would be all up here. And when I'm carrying concealed carry, they're back here behind my hip, but everything's the same. Gun goes empty, my hand goes straight down to my center line, goes around until I find wherever that mag is, it comes back out, it goes in, and I'm back in business. So yeah. Everything's the same for me. I keep it the same. I never change anything. And actually, when I went to a rifle comp and I tried to change my rifle, I put my pistol mags behind me and my rifle mag in front. You should see me try to load a pistol with a rifle mag. It's hilarious. Because I've trained myself so much on the pistol that this is how that works, that I'm at a rifle competition and we're doing something with the pistol. I had to reload the pistol too. Pistol goes dry, I go, mag, and it's a 5.56 AR mag trying to go into my M&P 9mm.
That didn't work, did it?
Yeah, I gotta go grab the other mag and back in there. So you learn stuff by training yourself like that.
Right.
And I always say, make the gear fit the way you fight, not the other way around. So Bob has no problem with changing his gear and changing the way he fights a little bit. It doesn't bother him at all because, well, I could be really mean here to Bob, but actually he can change easier than I can is what it comes down to. when it comes down to it, I can't change. I don't want to change. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. I feel dumb, like I'm back in new again, and my first time shooter. So I don't want to do that. So I just kept mastering the way I already do it. So I carry a vertical mag pouch, and this one.
And I carry it horizontal.
Yeah, this one was by a local. I'll give Storm Holsters a free plug here. Their holsters they're good, decent price, just like everybody else. These mag pouches that they make this one is universal. It fits 5 or 6 different ones, and you can make it tighter and looser. And then they make one specifically designed for your gun, and I have like 4 of these from them. Love them to death. The first one I had them make it for me special, because I'm a special friend. I know them from the gun shows. And then they said, hey, that's a great idea. And they started making them. So when I went up and I said, I need another one of those custom that you made. They go, oh, no problem. We make those now. You can have one. So lots of fun. Good to them. They're good guys out of Corpus Christi here in Texas. You have to go to their Facebook page to actually order their stuff because they don't have a website. But go check them out. They make their mag pouch design is the best out there.
Okay, thank you, Ben. That's good. As you can see, a little bit differing opinions. In closing, when I talk about a horizontal mag carry, you can see that my hand, when I lift up my shirt, my hand naturally goes to the position it needs to go to get a magazine out. Okay, and then to be able to insert the magazine into the pistol, much faster for me. I keep all of my firearm manipulation that way in front of me. I'm not having to reach back here. So one final plug, I will say, magholder.com and magholder.com. They're not a sponsor yet, maybe, but I would strongly recommend them, and mainly just for concealability. And that's it. That's all we want to talk about on this one?
Yeah, for this section, but man, I got my favorite gun sitting here.
Whoa!
I had to get some ammo for it.
Okay.
You're on your own.
Oh, all right, fine. I'm going to get my favorite gun out.
You got your eyes and ears on?
I got my eyes and ears on. Hey folks, Bob Main here. We are the Modern Handgunners, and this...
Ben Branham. We're back with part 2 of this episode, and we thought we'd talk about more gear that we carry. Holsters, yay,
yes,
look at this.
More gear.
We're not going to talk about specific holster makers, probably mention them, but we're going to talk more inside the waistband versus outside the waistband.
Yeah, so as many of you know, I have switched pretty much completely to outside the waistband concealed carry. It doesn't get talked about much these days. Everything that gets talked about mostly is appendix carry inside the waistband or strong side hip inside the waistband.
And everybody is appendix drunk these days.
They're appendix drunk these days, and I used to be one, but I've moved away from appendix carry also and gone to outside the waistband carry. So again, let me talk about the whys. First of all, I think it's a lot faster than inside the carry. Faster draw, faster everything. I use a Kydex holster outside the waistband. Gun is safe and it's downrange. This is a Cobra holster by Concealment Solutions. They're not a sponsor yet, but maybe that might change. Anyway, I'm a big fan of this holster. It's an outside the waistband Kydex. I'm a big fan of Kydex because Kydex is very fast. A lot of people still like leather. For me, anyway, Kydex has been faster. And Jason at Concealment Solutions has these nice quick clips on here. And these quick clips make it very easy to put the holster on and remove the holster as I need to do it. Yes.
I'm wearing the same holster right now.
Yeah.
Outside the waistband.
So the Vanna White of guns over here is demonstrating everything. And yeah, see, there you go. Stylish. But outside the waistband is much quicker. Now, the other thing is these holsters are designed to really keep this gun tight against my body. So for concealment purposes, I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's not that easy to see that I'm carrying a pistol or that he's carrying a pistol, and he's doing it outside the waistband. We're in San Antonio, Texas. in the state of Texas, we now have open carry. And they also loosened the law a little bit, and loosened the penalty a little bit for your gun accidentally showing, right? For example.
So they got rid of the penalty.
Actually, they got rid of the penalty if your gun shows a little bit when you're carrying. So I don't care if people can actually see that I have a gun. I'm not doing anything illegal. And like I said, in the state of Texas, one of the few free states still, I'm sorry for those of you that live in a less free state, but it doesn't matter to me. It's more comfortable as well. This gun, I mean, if I'm doing something like this, carrying a Glock 42 inside the waistband, obviously, absolutely no problem. G19s, my M&P and stuff like that, these double stack guns, much more comfortable outside the waistband. So the speed, the comfort, the ease of use and everything, I've been doing it now for a little over 2 years. Not yet. I go everywhere with my gun. I carry all day for a little over 2 years outside the waistband. Haven't been made. Nobody yet has said, are you carrying a gun, Bob? So, you know what? Here's the problem, is too many people are like this. They're spending life on their phones. They're not paying attention to me. They don't care about what I'm carrying. And even so, even if they see that there's something here, I might have a big smartphone here. They don't know.
Nobody ever notices. My wife started carrying recently, and she's petrified to carry a bigger gun because she thinks everybody can see it. And it's really not that big a deal. She's carrying, actually one of these, a Glock 42. She wants to carry a smaller gun even than that because she's afraid everybody can see it.
No,
I put on this bigger holster, and yes, look, you could see it. I mean, it's
well
there.
Because you're moving.
And
like
if I
that.
move, you can see it. It's there because this is an outside the waistband holster that sticks out.
But this one does not conceal as much as mine does.
And this one sticks out, which
I'm
going to talk about all the differences in the holsters right now. Bob talked about his preference. So if I carry this one, this is actually one of my competition holsters. It's good for IDPA, it's still concealment, but it sticks way farther away from my body so I can get a way better grip on it. There's nothing in the way. My tactical shelf doesn't get in the way. When the gun comes straight out, there's nothing there. I don't use this gun to carry ever because it sticks out. Even when I worked overseas, I was carrying open guns all the time. I carried an outside the waistband holster, just like this, the same style he's got on, so that the gun pulled against me. So I was actually carrying a concealed carry holster outside the waistband because the gun stuck to my body. When you start carrying a gun every day, what happens? They get beat up, you hit them on things, you catch them on your chair, whatever, and that gets magnified the bigger the holster you carry. So when I do that outside the waistband holster, like that style, that's just my competition, that's it.
By the way, I want to make a comment.
I stole his holster.
You notice about these, turn this way, these Cobra outside the waistband, he did not have to loosen his belt to put the holster on and take it off. That's like one of the great, that's one of the nice features about, you can do this. You can also take the holster off with the gun in it, and you can keep the gun in it and put it on and off, and you don't have to loosen your belt.
So when I put the gun in this one, you can see that it's stuck against my body, which means I'm going to hit it on less things, I'm going to catch it on less things, and I'm going to beat up my gun less, and it makes it easier to get in and out of vehicles, to move around hallways, to move around other people. The most embarrassing time I've been made a couple times in my life by guns, carrying a gun concealed. The most embarrassing one I had was when my kid was little. I put him down because we were at the Walmart or something, or HEB or somewhere, and I saw the other guy. We're both wearing tactical shirts. I could tell he was a cop. I'm wearing the same freaking 511 undercover tactical shirt he is, and I put my kid down, and the kid darts, and I reach past the guy real quick and I try to grab him, and both of our guns go clunk. So I mean, I knew he was a cop because I could tell. I looked at him and smiled, and he just walked away. And, but the most embarrassing time I've ever been made is because I clunked my gun against somebody else's gun.
That's a good story. I never heard that.
It was funny. I was trying not to laugh, and then I was scared that what is he going to think? Is he going to think I'm another cop? Is he going to go, okay,
who cares
what's he going to do? And he was just kind of like, okay, and walked away. So we were both good. We just went on about our business. I think he thought I was a cop, but it was funny when we were wearing the same 511 shirt at the time. And I was smiling about that too. So keeping the gun tucked away is a great thing because it keeps it from hitting on most things. So it's really, to me, it's more comforting because I can feel it pressing against me all the time. I don't have to worry about if I lost it or not. So I like the concealed carry style. Even if I'm outside the waistband holster, I'll do that. Now, inside the waistband holster, I actually carry this holster a lot more inside the waistband. This one, once it gets inside the waistband, I like these because it's the same thing. Like 15 different companies make this with the same exact clip, the same style, the same everything. I don't know, this one's, I think, a Klinger holster.
And you're good at carrying a full-size gun in there.
And I carry a full-size gun all the time. But this one I like, just same thing Bob said, you can take it in and out of your pants without taking the gun off. Yes, I'm lazy. When I get home, I always have my backup gun in my front pocket. So when I get home a lot, I will take the full gun and put it in the safe because I'm just being lazy. But I do like that I can just shove this one inside my pants and then put my shirt over it, and it really disappears. You guys really can't see it because I keep it just behind my hip. So when I'm talking to somebody, they'll never see my gun.
Is it comfortable?
To me, it's comfortable. It doesn't bother me at all. I've been carrying it for so long. It's the same. I can feel it inside. It's not as comfortable as one of these, but it's still comfortable enough. And so then what do I give up? There's three things really in holster stuff, especially concealed holsters. Concealability, comfort, and speed. That's all there is to it. So to get more concealability out of a holster, I go inside the waistband, I give up a little bit of speed, I give up a little bit of comfort. So when I go to this one, I gain a little bit more comfort.
And you gain speed.
I gain some speed over the inside the waistband. If I go to one of these, I'll gain a little bit more comfort because it's not touching me at all. And it's a lot faster than this one is.
Right.
But concealability, there's no way you can hide one of these under your shirt because you can see where the belt loop goes through, right, and how big this one is, and it just sticks away from the body. I had it on, so
you can hide this under your shirt all day long.
Yeah, so there's 1,000 different holsters out there, and then there's more that this one's more tactical because it has a retention. Let me borrow that real quick. So this one actually has a retention thing, so it won't come out no matter what, unless you push the little button, and then it comes right out. So, but you can see the retention holster, it starts to get bigger than any of these. The retention holsters are harder to hide because they just get bigger and bigger because you have to have this extra piece right here. You can see this whole extra piece. That's just the retention button right here. So you get a lot of extra plastic, a lot of extra holster just to have the retention. So everything is give and take in the holster world. Anyone that makes you carry a gun is the right one for you. And I don't care, we'll be friends. As long as you're not carrying, and I'm gonna go safety on you, as long as you're not carrying a naked gun, like here's my pocket gun, and I got it empty right now, but it never goes in the pocket by itself or with anything else because it's empty, I could reach down and you can hear it go click. Yep. So if I caught something on my pocket, I could actually fire the gun inside my pocket. Bad juju. As long as you carry a gun or carry a holster in a holster that covers that trigger guard.
Carry a gun in a holster that covers the trigger guard, even in your pocket, always.
No matter what, because I mean, I cannot, even on purpose right now, with it in the holster, get in there to pull the trigger. So nothing can do it on accident. Pocket holsters, nothing else goes in that pocket besides my gun. That's it.
Nothing else.
So I'm going to take it out so I don't forget to load it when we leave. Put it back on the table.
So we hope we've given you kind of some things to think about outside the waistband versus inside the waistband, what you want to give up, what you don't want to give up. If you like these videos, if we teach you something, we have a lot more. Please remember to join our Shooters Club. Our Shooters Club is a collection of almost 80 videos that Ben and I have put together, I think over the last 5 years. A lot of the videos we filmed at one of our live classes that we were teaching.
And a lot of them are me or you standing there giving lectures on how to do it. We're going to post one right. They should post with this video post about how to run a double action revolver trigger.
Yep. Yep. So we got a lot of them. They're live fire. It's only $8 a month or $75 a year to become a member. And coming up soon, members are going to enjoy a lot of other special benefits, not just the videos, but there's going to be a whole lot. So again, we're the Modern Handgunners. Our website, modernhandgunners.com.
I'm Ben Branham.
I'm Bob Main.
And I have a problem.
Uh-oh.
Got ammo in a magazine.
I got ammo. Let me see. Wait. Do I have ammo in here? Yeah. Look at that. I got some ammo.
So we're gonna get.
So what do we do with ammo?
We get rid of it the best way you can when you're on the range.
Like
Put it in a gun and get rid of it. most fun way to get ammo out of your gun.
That's how you unload a gun, folks. Thanks
On the
for
range
watching.
in a safe direction.